and welcome to Pleasure Beach Resort. After a disastrous opening day for Blackpool Pleasure Beach that was scattered across social media, we're back on a sunny Sunday here at the resort to soak in, hopefully, what is an improved day, nicer weather, nicer operations. I'm here with Adventure Times. Good morning. But before we kick off the Blackpool Pleasure Beach Resort, Pleasure Beach of Blackpool Resort, Pleasure Beach Resort Lancashire, Pleasure Beach Lancashire Resort, Blackpool Pleasure Beach Lancashire Resort vlog, I'm going to have a spoon's breakfast.
A few moments later.
I mean, whatever happens from here on in, at least the weather's on our side today. We're in the park. It took 25 minutes to get into the park, busy day. But let me just turn the camera around and see a ride that is part of a ridiculous rumour that's going around. Now, Ice Blast, that beautiful S&S monstrosity right there. All the signs have been stripped down. You got all the tubing that controls all the compressed air, completely stripped. Apparently it's awaiting parts, but there's markings around the ride that have been scrubbed away. Will it come back in some form? Maybe. But if it is coming back, why strip all the signage? Ryan, what's this?
I mean, it's a ride that's not opening again.
Alright, so Valhalla is closed amongst a few other rides already this morning, but I'm jumping on a dark ride mission today. Today has always been a dark ride mission. Quite sad, isn't it, when I've only come to Pleasure Beach for the dark rides? And it seems to be because they seem to be putting more effort into them. Like all the hand-painted work that goes into Alice, all the UV paint, all the new scenes that are allegedly in the Ghost Train. And of course River Caves, which has apparently had a bit of a sprucing up as well. Like, I'm here for dark rides. That's the only reason I'm in Blackpool. Probably see in the POV there, they've hand painted a lot of new scenes, covered up a lot of the dark space that they had previously, and all the time and effort that's gone into hand painting all of those scenes. The UV lights look differently, it's more vibrant than it was there from what I can remember. That's an improvement, and you can't argue with that's a positive. The first ride we've done, and it's much better than it was before.
That makes you want to do it again, and that's the first time I've ever said that.
For Alice as well.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Right, another ride that's had a bit of a spruce is the one and only Ghost Train, the world's first Ghost Train to ever be called Ghost Train. And that's all I'm going to say about the Ghost Train. With its nice new blue facade. Scenes are actually pretty cool, really cool actually. The detail on them is phenomenal. I love the little mirror scene where if you're looking into her mirror, you're kind of seeing yourself in the reflection as well. When you're going downstairs, the lights are on a little bit more. They've added new bits. I think there's still a few more scenes that I've covered up, ready to go. There's definitely more to be added in there. But no, it's an improvement. It made the Ghost Train a little bit more jumpy. The monastery scene, that's brand new. That just needs a little bit more, maybe a few more lights, a bit more mood lighting. Everything was kind of shrouded in shadow, but it's a big positive. That was a real improvement. So 2 dark rides that we've done this morning, 2 major improvements. Really, really good. Right, so whilst we're walking around, I will tell you that the big one is closed again today. It said on the website it's been closed. Hello, Sid. So yeah, so big one is actually closed today. But it's a bit teasing because it keeps going round all the time. You keep seeing it going around. I just think that's a bit a bit mean. In fact, not just a little bit mean, very mean. Because if you're walking to Pleasure Beach and you haven't purchased a ticket yet, and you see the big one going round, you're like, oh, let's go on the big one. You go in the park, it's closed. and you have to look on the planned maintenance on the website, which the general public just wouldn't do, to see what is available. So yeah, it is what it is. Last but certainly not least, on our dark ride quest, that's had some love and tender care, of course. We're not sure what's happening in Wallace. I'm sure Wallace is the same, but it's the river caves. Oh, that's still there from Journey to Hell. Out of the dark rides we've done so far, I'd say that was the lazier of the refurbishments. Sparkle. Some bits have been done. Obviously the misters, I haven't seen them working for a long time. Every time I've gone through, they've always been off. There's misters, there's paint work in some of the introductory scenes. The Journey to Hell altar's still there, which is a bit weird.
I mean, I've never done Journey to Hell, so I can't tell
Yeah,
you.
they had the altar still there from the River Caves experience for Journey to Hell. I just didn't think there was much that was done in there. They had a snake with all its animatronics hanging out.
That's the best part.
Yeah, it was like the inner workings of animatronics. So if you're a mechanical student and you want to do a little bit of study and get yourself in the River Caves, but yeah, not a strong one, out of the bunch, that's for sure. Well, we were just going to get a little bit of footage of Infusion, but Infusion has gone down and everyone's been evacuated, so we're going straight on to Icon. Icon was reliable yesterday. No one said a bad word about it yesterday, so Old Faithful. Let's jump on, check it out, and yeah, I'm actually excited. Why am I excited to go on Icon? It's not my favourite ride. By a long country, man. I'm just excited to be here. Nice weather. It's nice seeing people dotted here, there, and everywhere. And so far, I've got no real negatives to say, which is very weird for me. All right, let's jump on. Straight on Icon, no problem at all. Running like a dream. Well, as well as a squeaky wheel dream can run. Yeah, it's great. Operations really good on there today, really quick. I'm glad I've come on Sunday then. Icon merch. Ride Heroes, $9.95. Ooh, opening weekend offer. The fleeces have gone down from $24.95 down to £10. The quality of these hoodies are phenomenal. As we said before, big ones down. I'm not noticing a great deal of like upkeep around the park. I'm noticing bits here and there, but nothing that really stands out. It's just feels very samey. But what a massive plus is that other than Infusion, which has gone down today, haven't seen it operating since for the last 60 minutes. Everything else seems to be, he says, doing okay. Look at that. So it's not going anywhere anytime soon, but if it does go, that entrance for that hotel is coming out this way. There are no two ways about it. I can never get these to spin very well. On that occasion, I didn't even bother to try. That's what a nice relaxing morning here at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. We've had a lovely paint job though, they look really nice. The quicker Pleasure Beach get rid of steeplechase, the better. Rickety, it's just pointless. It's just a pointless ride for me now. It's just a rickety, uncomfortable experience. Pleasure Beach are stepping away from heritage, so rides such as Grand Prix, for example, and of course steeplechase will be on the chopping block, and I hope they go very, very soon. Right, let's wander into Nickelodeon land. Hopefully we can jump on Nick's streak. Oh no! I was just saying how good the operations were. Unlucky. But so far, everything else has been okay, but it's typical. As soon as we say that, that goes and happens. It's down, Chris.
Again? Oh dear.
I don't care about Revolution.
At least it's sunny today.
It's got such a big queue as well, and then it's just not worth it,
It's
is it?
the start of the season, it happens.
Of course it does. To be fair, I can't think of that happens all the time if you come.
It's going out.
Yeah,
It's fine.
It's fine. That was a really quick turnaround. He literally just stopped as well.
Yeah.
And Someone was out there straight away, fixed, done, away we go. Not a problem.
No problem at all.
Not a problem. Well, looks like we're going on Nick Street now. Look at the weather. Look at the weather. You come down on a Sunday opening weekend, top tip. Top tip. Get all the issues out the way on the Saturday, enjoy it on the Sunday. Well, I enjoyed that. What about you? You were sitting on a wheel.
That was paying the ride.
Oh, it was lovely and smooth for me. It really was. I was only one row in front, lovely and cosy. There's one of them coming to Real Madrid World, but it's themed around the Champions bus at the parade the trophies round in when they win the La Liga and the Champions League. Real Madrid World in Dubai, getting one of them. That's just reminded me as well, because Sally Dark Rides have just launched a brand new dark ride over in Circus Hotel in Las Vegas, the world's first SpongeBob dark ride. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, go and check it out. Alright, well listen Gromit, I've got a little soft spot for this ride. I think since the Pleasure Beach did the behind the scene fan club events, going behind the scenes of the rides, you just get a bigger appreciation for them.
Cheese! We'll go somewhere where there's cheese! Oh, the old BB6000 man. Capable of over 125 RPM. That's rabbit
Some strange choice of hats in the Wallace and Gromit store that have no resemblance to the Wallace and Gromit ride, but it's a cute little store this. Loads of stuff for the kids and for Wallace and Gromit fans all over the world. Fancy a ride on Grand Prix? Ah, yeah, I forgot. So this historic ride, unfortunately, is closed. It says it's going to be closed for the season, but with how it has been and all the issues that have plagued it for the last couple of seasons, I can't see this ride ever returning ever again. Amanda's already confirmed quite abruptly that a new attraction is on its way in this particular space. But what could that attraction be? There's a lot of light bleeding into poor old Wallace and Gromit. It is what it is. It's still in one piece. It hasn't been vandalised just yet. Just yet. There's still time. And whilst it's still fresh in my mind, there was a young girl in the Icon store and a young girl in the seafood place. What's it called? Madame Cravat? Something like that. Yeah, so there was a young girl in the Icon shop and a young girl in the seafood shop. Some of the nicest staff members. And yeah, everyone seems high spirits. I don't know how long that usually lasts for, because you know, you get a few months into the season and everyone goes a little bit glum. But so far, everyone's been really chirpy and friendly today. I think it's because everything's working. Unlike yesterday, where it's a little bit of a stressful time for everybody. Right, I'm seeing a lot of people walking off the ride, very wet indeed. It looks like Valhalla is open, ready to rock and roll. I love this thing. I have heard that the hammer effect has stopped working though, due to some issues with it. But other than that, hopefully everything else is all working, all present and correct. And I'm praying and praying and praying again that the Ring of Fire is present. I wouldn't suggest doing Valhalla in March. I just wouldn't. I feel like I'm stepping in a fishbowl with every step that I take. Wow. It's a good ride though.
It did good. Yeah, but all the effects still weren't working.
No, not all the fire effects weren't reliable. You had one at the end, but all the other ones that lead towards the finale weren't working. Some bits were different. When you're going through one of the dark passages before the turnaround, the projection never used to work. That now works, and the red lights. But there's still quite a little bit of dark space. But that ride gets you wet.
Yeah. I mean,
Really?
this is with a poncho.
Really
And
wet.
like the bottom of my jeans is soaked, but my shoes and my feet are dry.
I think maybe Sean took the brunt of that.
Yeah, I'm a bit squidgy. A little bit squidgy. Right, well, I need some food to warm me up. You will always get a good meal in Loki's. Walk inside there, close your eyes, point at something on the menu, and you'll have a good meal. This will be the first time I've done it since it turned 100 years old. I'd like to see all the changes, the new paint.
I mean, it's not much older than you, Sean, is it really?
I feel like it
What,
sometimes.
a year and a half?
Yeah, about a year and a half. I'll take that. 2 train service. I know it all depends where you sit on Big Dipper, and I was sitting on the second row, and I feel as though that's the smoothest ride I've ever had on Big Dipper. Very peculiar, because I don't think smooth and Big Dipper go in the same sentence usually, but it wasn't too bad. That wasn't as bad as the spine readjusted experience that I've normally had at Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
It's your normal typical Woody, really quite enjoyable really.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but that was smoother than Nick Street.
Yeah, it really was. And that's a 100-year-old coaster right there, and it wasn't too bad. But we still got to do Grand National, and I think my thoughts are very quickly going to change. Seeing this go around all day is actually evil. I have a question. I wonder if you can answer it. If Ice Blast is having maintenance or awaiting parts, why doesn't it have one of those outside it? Just another thing that piques my curiosity. But we are going on this. Here we go. Our chariot of back pain has arrived. Demolish that piece of shit immediately. That was horrendous. Absolutely.
How did that get signed off as safe?
I feel violated. I feel as though I should have given consent before riding it.
Chris made noises I've never heard anybody make in my life.
That's horrendous. A Big Dipper was fine, but I think it does depend on where you sit, of course. I don't think it matters where you sit on Grand National. It just wants to violate you in every way, shape or form. Well, we knew we had to have a bad ride of the day.
We did.
And we got one.
That one's definitely won the award.
It did. This time we've been down this side of the park. Looks like he's had some refurbishment. I was going to ask what he was laughing at, but if he was here yesterday, then makes sense,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
yeah, really
Don't know why
does.
he's still laughing now. Maybe it was just that funny. Right, into the Kiss Me Quick shop we go. Ooh. If there's one thing you're going to get at Pleasure Beach, it's good merchandise. I could watch that all day. I won't take you through every little piece of merch, but I will say that the hoodies have definitely gone up in quality. Much thicker than the Icon hoodies that I've got. And there's a Valhalla hoodie that's absolutely stunning. You know, you could walk around and you haven't got, you know, that, which is glaringly obvious. If you like that sort of stuff, you like that sort of stuff, but I like it nice and clean, me. Nice, clean and subtle. The best theme park merchandise shop in the entire country, even though some bits of merchandise say Pleasure Beach Resort, South Shore, other bits say Blackpool Pleasure Beach. You know, there's it's a little bit of a mixed match at the moment, but that's lovely. Look at that. I'm gonna wrap up this Pleasure Beach vlog on a very positive note. Dark ride improvements, Ghost Train new scenes are great. Loved all the handcrafted, hand-painted art in Alice. Not River Caves, little bits you could see that are improved, but there's still lots of work to be done in there. Operations have been fantastic, other than Infusion going down. Obviously the big one situation, we knew, yes, it was last minute yesterday, but we knew today it wasn't going to be opening. It's very night and day from yesterday's experience. I think the weather, everything that went wrong yesterday has been rectified very quickly. It's me saying positive things about Pleasure Beach. The irony, considering every other video out there up until this point, is probably going to be very negative. A lot of negative press yesterday as well, with lots of newspapers and TV online reporting an absolute disastrous opening day for Pleasure Beach. Complete night and day today. Staff have been friendly, operations have been running smoothly. I can't say many negatives. Loki's was nice food.
That's probably the
staff
best,
was friendly.
Probably the best days we've had at Pleasure
It's
Beach.
crazy, isn't
Wow.
it? How yesterday it was so bad for everybody, and then today I've actually enjoyed a Pleasure Beach visit.
It's been brilliant. Brilliant. And the sun.
Is that a fair comment?
Absolutely spot on.
Spot on. Even Big Dipper was smooth. Grand National, we don't talk about that. If that just accidentally gets bulldozed, say no more. All is forgiven. Holy hell, I'm leaving Pleasure Beach with a smile on my face. That's probably the first time in 3-4 years.
Are you feeling alright, Sean?
I know,
Gee.
I know, it's weird. It's very weird, but yeah, a very good opening day. For today, not so much yesterday. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.